Alright. If you guys need to, follow along via text, here, I will post in the chat. Here's a link. You can follow along. Let's read this, I guess. It's been a while. Alright, My Immortal. Chapter 1. Author's note. Special thanks, get it? 'Cause I'm gothic. To my new GF. Ew, not in that way. Raven, Bloody Tears 666, for helping me with the story and spelling. You rock! Justin, you're the love of my depersing life. You rock too. MCR rocks. What does that mean? XXXXXXXXXX. Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name. Because I was born with long ebony black hair. As a child, I already had like a foot of hair growing out of my head. With purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back and icy blue eyes like limpid tears, with a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Author's note, if you don't know who that is, if you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here. So if you don't know who that is, you have to leave now. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. Do vampires not usually have white teeth? I guess maybe they get bloody? I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England where I'm the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and a black combat boots. I laugh, but like I would dress like that on a day. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them. Hey, Ebony, shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. What's up, Draco? I asked. Nothing, he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me and I had to go away. End of chapter 1. Author's note, is it good? Please tell me, fangs. I think when she says fangs, it's supposed to be like thanks? Pretty sure. Chapter 2. Author's note, thanks to Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the chapter. By the way, prep stop flaming my story, okay? Because if you dislike this story, you're automatically a prep. Take note. The next day, I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the door of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. She just had a bottle of blood handy. My coffin was black ebony, and inside it was a hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends. Wait, what? Oh, I see. So the coffin was black and the inside was pink. Velvet with black lace on the ends. That sounds hideous. I got out of my coffin and took of my giant MCR t-shirt, which I use for pajamas. Which is also something I would wear to bed. I feel a little bit exposed. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears, and put my hair in kind of a messy bun. My friend Willow, author's note, Raven, this is you. You're in the story. Woke up and then grinned at me. She flipped her long waist-length raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with black mini fishnets and pointy-heeled boots. Ooh, Marilyn Manson. Ooh, no. We put on our makeup, black lipstick with white foundation and black eyeliner. OMFG, I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly. Yes, so? I said, blushing. Do you like Draco? She asked as we went out of the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall. No, I so fucking don't, I shouted. Yeah, right, she exclaimed. Just then Draco walked up to me. Hi, he said. Hi, I replied flirtily. Guess what? He said. What? I asked. Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me. That dates this. When's the last time you heard about Good Charlotte? Do some of you people even know what band that is? Oh my fucking god, I screamed. I love GC. They are my favorite band besides MCR. Well, do you want to go with me? He asked. I gasped. End of chapter 2. Chapter 3. Author's note, stop flamming the story, okay? Preps, okay? Otherwise, thanks to the gothic people for the good reviews. Reviews. She spelled it R-E-V-E-I-W-S. Reviews. Reviews. Thanks again, Raven. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't own the lyrics or the lyrics for Good Charlotte. Actually, you know what I should do, you guys? I should do where you can follow along as I read through it. Give me a second. You can follow along. Give me one moment, and I will share my screen. I don't know why I didn't think of this. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. There we go. We're just gonna... And I will... Do-do-do. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. There we go. I'll do like that. I'll make this smaller. Oh, excuse me, I can't stop coughing for some reason. I think I choked on like I got like something stuck in the back of my throat is what it feels like. Let me get the chat back on top. This is fine. All good. Ooh, except I want to make sure everyone can still see this. It's very important to this experience. There we go. All right, here we go. All right. Moving right along. Chapter 3. Author's note. Stop flamming the story, preps okay, otherwise thanks to the gothic people for the good reviews. Reviews. Oh shit, I just clicked a random link. What was that? Okay. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, moving right along. By the way, I don't own Dis or the lyrics for Good Charlotte. Wait, what don't you own? I don't own Dis. Like, you don't own the fanfiction? Alright. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. And then I put on a black leather mini dress with all this corset stuff on the back and the front. Okay. I put on a matching fishnets on my arms. I straightened my hair and made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then, so I slit one of my wrists. Jesus. Oh, it's so bad. I read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding. And I listened to some GC. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. Then I put on some black lipstick. I didn't put on foundation because I was pale anyway. Okay. Drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to the concert. As one does before going to a concert of any kind. Just consume some humid life fluid. I went outside. Draco was waiting there in the front of his flying car. He was wearing a Simple Plan t-shirt. They would play at the show, too. Do goths like Simple Plan? I feel like goths don't like Simple Plan. Baggy black skater pants. That's more punk, right? Not even. Simple Plan is just... duh. Black skater pants, black nail polish, and a little eyeliner. Author's note. A lot full cool boys were it, okay? I don't think anyone was really gonna fucking start shit about a goth boy wearing eyeliner. Hi, Draco, I said in a depressed voice. Hi, Ebony, he said back. We walked back into his flying black Mercedes-Benz. Damn, I wish that were my ride. The license plate said 666 and flew into the place with the concert. Flew to the place with the concert. Like, damn, girl. Those description skills. Just like the prep you are, you don't even know that real goths like Simple Plan. You're right. I'm a poser! On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs! When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. I don't know how this song goes, to be honest with you. You come in cold, you're covered in blood. They're all so happy you've arrived. The doctor cuts your cord, hands you to your mom. She sets you free into this life, sang Joel. I don't own the lyrics to that song. Joel is so fucking hot, I said to Draco, pointing at him as he sung, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly, Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked as we moshed to the music. Then I caught on. Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you. You ever just have a heart-to-heart while moshing? Really? Asked Draco sensitively, and he put his arm around me all protective. Really, I said. Besides, I don't even know Joel, and he's going out with Hillary fucking Duff. I fucking hate that little bitch. Hey, we will not disrespect Hillary Duff in this household. I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. How can you have a blonde face? The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and took photos with them. We got GC concert tees. Draco and I crawled back in the Mercedes-Benz, but Draco didn't go back to Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into the Forbidden Forest. Chapter 4. Author's note. I said, stop flaming. Okay, Ebony's name is N.O.B., not Mary Sue, okay? Do the kids even know what Mary Sue means anymore? Draco is so in love with her that he's acting different. They knew each other before, okay? Were people just being like, Draco's being out of character? I mean, at that point, it's nitpicking. To be like, Draco's out of character. This whole thing is a fucking abysmal nightmare. Imagine being the one person who comments on this and is just like, the problem with this fiction is that Draco Malfoy is very out of character. Anyway, really dig this border. You see this? Very nice. XXX666. Very nice. Draco, I shouted. What the fuck do you think you're doing? And Draco didn't answer, but he stopped flying the car and he walked out of it. I walked out of it too, curiously. What the fucking hell? I asked angrily. Ebony, he asked. What? I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close, and I looked into his gothic red eyes. He was wearing color contacts, which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness, and then suddenly I didn't feel mad anymore. Ladies? Can you relate? Ladies? And then, suddenly just as Draco kissed me passionately. What does it mean? Draco climbed on top of me, and we started to make out keenly against a tree. He took of my top, and I took of his clothes. I even took off my bra. Then he put his thingy in my you-know-what, and we did it for the first time. Perfect. Ugh, just fucking eat your heart out, 50 Shades. Can't fucking hold a candle to this shit. Oh, I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. I'm surprised she spelled orgasm correctly. We started to kiss everywhere, and my pale body became all warm, and then... What the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? Motherfuckers. It was Dumbledore. End of chapter 4. Chapter 5. Author's note. Stop flaming. If you flam it, means you're a prep or a poser. The only reason Dumbledore swore is 'cause he had a headache, okay? You know, nothing really beats like, oh, this character's being a little out of character saying something they wouldn't say because they had a headache. Gentle World's redeemed, read a page of a book. I guess I'm reading up to chapter 15 now. I'm fine with that. Ahem. And on top of that, he was mad at them for having sexes. P.S. I'm not updating until I get 5 good reviews. Wow. Reviews. XXXXXXXX. Dumbledore, Maid, and Draco and I follow him. What? He kept shouting at us angrily. You ludicrous fools, he shouted. I started to cry tears of blood down my pallid face. Draco comforted me. When we went back to the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall, who were both looking very angry. They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest, he yelled in a furious voice. Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? These are the biggest words her sweet little heart has ever used. Oh no, did I just get 2 more? Oh, tell a joke? I'm in the middle of reading My Immortal, and you're like, tell me a fucking joke. You want to hear a fucking joke? This whole fucking story, my dude, my guy. Why don't ghosts have money problems? They don't have to worry about the cost of living. Yay! Alright, moving right along. I guess I'm reading up to chapter 16 now. Anyway. Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? Asked Professor McGonagall. How dare you? Demanded Professor Snape. And then Draco shrieked, Because I love her! I mean, she said shrieked, so I can only imagine he said it exactly like that. Bring Hilda back, she's funnier. Stop! Everyone was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still looked mad, but Professor Snape said, Fine, very well. You may go up to your rooms. Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us. Are you okay, Ebony? Draco asked me gently. Yeah, I guess, I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and hair and changed into a low-cut black floor-length dress with red lace all around it and black high heels. When I came out, Draco was standing in front of the bathroom and he started to sing I Just Want to Live by Good Charlotte. Damn, get me a freak like that, am I right, ladies? How many chapters are this? I want to say like 26. This page goes chapters 1 through 22. I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said goodnight, and he reluctantly went back to his room. Chapter 6. Shajut up, Prips. Okay, P.S. I will not update until you give me until you give me good revows. The next day I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black miniskirt that was all ripped around the end, and a matching top with red skulls all over, and high-heeled boots that were black. I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings, and 2 crosses in my ears. Very important details. I spray-painted my hair with purple. In the Great Hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal. Only real goths. Only real goths eat Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk. Great, now I have to read up to chapter 16. Thank you, Queen Cephalopod. And a glass of red blood. I hope you guys are actually enjoying this, considering you're perpetuating it. Suddenly someone bumped into me. All the blood spilled all over my top. Bastard! I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up, because I was looking to the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair with red streaks in it, which would immediately make you regret anything. He was wearing so much eyeliner that I was going down his face, and he was wearing black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore. Who could it be? And now he was wearing red contact lenses just like Draco's. And there was no scar on his forehead anymore. He had manly stubble on his chin. He had a sexy English accent. He looked exactly like Joel Madden. It was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him, kind of like an erection. Only I'm a girl, so I didn't get one, you sicko. Okay. I'm so sorry, he said in a shy voice. That's alright, what's your name? I questioned. My name's Harry Potter, but most people call me Vampire these days. Wouldn't it be offensive, considering that the main character is a vampire, for her to meet someone who is not a vampire, but they go by vampire? Well, it looks like this is going to be addressed. He grumbled. Why? I exclaimed. Because I love the taste of human blood, he giggled. Well, I am a vampire, I confessed. Really? He whimpered. Oh, I guess he whimpered it. He didn't say it. He's like, really? Yeah, I roared. We sat down to talk for a while. Then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him. Chapter 7, Bring Me to Life. This, for whatever reason, this chapter has a title. Author's note. Well, okay, you guys, I'm only writing this because I got 5 God reviews. And by the way, I won't write the next chapter until I get 10 Godvans. Godvans. 10 Godvans. Stole flaming or I'll report you. Ebony isn't a Marie Sue, okay? She isn't perfect. She's a Satanitz. Satanitz. And she has problems. She's depressed, for God's sake. This is my favorite. Are you ready? XXXXX 666XXXXX Z. Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist sings on my nails and red nail polish. Author's notes. See, does that sound like a Maru Sue to you? I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then, we started Frenching passively. How do you French passively? You just kind of have your tongues like hanging out of your mouth and you just sort of bump chins every now and then. We took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me up before I took off my top. Then I took off my black leather bra and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out naked and he put his boy's thingy in mine. Ooh, I don't think that means what you think it means. And we had sex. See, is that stupid? Let's let that one sink in. Oh, Draco, Draco, I screamed while getting an orgasm when all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. Wait, did someone else claim a thing? No, I have to read 16 chapters of this now? Is that right? I hope I'm not remembering wrong. I should have written this shit down. 16, like 16... Sweet 16. Yeah. Anyway, I saw a tattoo I'd never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody gothic writing, were the words, Vampire. I was so angry. Imagine noticing someone's tattoo like that mid-orgasm. Really gets you out of the mood. I was so angry. You bastard, I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. No, but you don't understand, Draco pleaded. But I knew too much. No, you fucking idiot, I shouted. You probably have AIDS anyway. Wet. You might want to read ahead and skip parts. I'm worried this will get you a off a tweak. Like I'll get banned off of Twitch for reading My Immortal? What makes you think that? I put on my clothes all huffily and then I stomped out. Draco ran even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you motherfucker! The sex stuff? It's an 18+ stream. And it's like... This is an 18+ stream and it's like IKEA sex. It's like, put part A into slot B sex. It's like about the same level as when I see something funny in a game and I go, haha, this pussy baby. I'm usually more explicit than I am now. Well, anyway. I'm pretty sure Twitch has never banned reading erotica. Not that this is erotica. You're telling me My Immortal is erotica? Also, now I think that my icons at the top here are distracting, so I'm gonna get rid of those. But yeah, this is an 18+ stream, so it's fine. Don't worry too much. Chapter 8. Stop flassing, okay? If you do, then you're a prep. Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room even though he was naked, and started begging me to take him back. What? Ebony, it's not what you think, Draco screamed sadly. My friend Bloody Mary Smith smiled at me understatedly. She flipped her long waist-like gothic black hair and opened her crimson eyes like blood that she was wearing contact lenses on. So wait, does she have red eyes and she's just wearing contacts for vision, or are the contacts red? She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on. Why even bother? Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it, and she's very haunted and depressed. It also turns out her real last name is Smith and not Granger. Since she has converted to Satanism, she is in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor. So what you're saying is Hermione is no longer Hermione. We've written her out of the story entirely. Alright, you got it. What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape demeaned angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco, I shouted at him. Wait, don't you mean Draco cheated on you with... Don't worry about it. Everyone gasped. I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I had went out with Vampire. I'm bi, and so was Ebony, for a while, but then he broke my heart. Did we just change the perspective? He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy fucker. We were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems, but now he was gothic. Haha, like I would hang out with a prep. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire. Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard, I screamed. I ran out of the room and into the Forbidden Forest where I had lost my virility to Draco, and then I started to bust into tears. Chapter 9. Stop flaming, okay? I didn't read all the books. This is from the movie, okay? So it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. We're not even gonna go there with this one. Besides, I said he had a headache. He's just had a headache this whole time. And the reason Snap doesn't like Harry now is because he's a Christian. And Vampire is a Satanist. MCR rocks. I was so mad and sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then all of a sudden, a horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose. Basically like Voldemort in the movie. And he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort. Didn't see that one coming, now did ya? No, I shouted in a scared voice, but then Voldemort shouted, Imperious, and I couldn't run away. Crookshanks, I shouted at him. Isn't Crookshanks the name of, like, a character? That's not a spell, right? I don't know. I felt bad for him, even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped. Ebony, he yelled, thou must kill Vampire Potter. I thought about Vampire in his sexa eyes and his gothic black hair and how his face looks just like Joel Madden. I remembered that Draco had said I didn't understand, so I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him and they broke up? Doy, stupid ass! Oh my god! No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. How much wouldn't have happened in Harry Potter if Voldemort gave anybody a gun? No, please, I begged. Thou must, he yelled. If thou does not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco. How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude you're so look on his face. I hath telekinesis, he answered cruelly. And if you doth not kill Vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco, he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. I was so scared and mad I didn't know what to do. Suddenly Draco came into the woods. Draco, I said, hi! Hi, he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram, get it? Between Joel Madden and Gerard Way. No, a pentagram has a lot more points than that. Are you okay? I asked. No, he answered. I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me, I expelled. That's okay, he said and depressed, and then we went back to Hogwarts together, making out. Chapter 10. Stupid, you gay. If you do not like my story, then fuck off. P.S. It turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle, Afert Al, and she's a vampire and are evil. That's why they moved houses, okay? I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was even upset went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band Bloody Gothic Rose 666. I swear to God, I want that to be my real fucking band in actual life. I am the lead singer of it, and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between Good Charlotte, Slipknot, and MCR, whatever that means. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire Draco, Ron, although we call him Diabolo now. He has black hair now with blue streaks in it. And Hagrid! Or I'm sorry, Hargrid. Why is Hagrid in the band? Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably slitting his wrists. He wouldn't die, because he is a vampire too, and the only way you can kill a vampire is with a C-R-O-S-S. There's no way I'm writing that, or a steak. Or a steak. Did you know you can kill a vampire with a steak? And vampires probably watching a depressing movie like The Corpse Bride. Oh, goth shit, am I right? I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs and a tiny matching miniskirt that said Simple Plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but really I'm not. I need that outfit. I need to wear that outfit. We were singing a cover of Helena. I thought you guys were writing a song. And at the end of the song, I suddenly bust into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice. What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily, but then I said, well, Voldemort came and he fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry, but I don't want to kill him. Also, his name is Vampire. Because he's really nice, and if he did go out with Draco, but if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will killing Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind a wall. Why didn't you fucking tell me? He shouted. How could you? You fucking poser muggle bitch. See, is that out of character? Oh good, now I have to read 17 chapters. I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. We practiced for 1 more hour. Then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't because he had a headache. What have you done? He started to cry wisely, whatever that means. See, that's basically nut swearing, and this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Ebony Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists. Bum bum bum! Chapter 11. I stood stup flaming yup preps. See if this chapter is stupid. If Dells with really... What the fuck? Hold on. It deals with really serious issues. See for yourself. What? See for yourself if it's stupid. Brew, thanks to my friend Raven for helping me. Alright. No, I screamed. I was horrified. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her to fuck off, and then I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me shouting, but he had to stop when I went to my room, because he would look like a perv that way. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood, and then I slit both of my wrists. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped to the bath angrily while I put on a Linkin Park song at full volume. Relatable, am I right? I grabbed a steak, same, and almost stuck it into my heart to commit suicide. I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it, sandly. What? I put on black high heels and pink metal stuff on the ends, and 6 pairs of skull earrings. Pink metal stuff on the ends, you know. I couldn't fucking believe it. Then I looked out the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me, and he was taking a videotape of me, and Lupin was masticating to it. They were sitting on their broomsticks. Everyone just picture this. Let that sink in. Ew, you fucking perv. Stop looking at me naked. Are you pedos or what? I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. Oh, the details! Suddenly, Vampire ran in. Abracadabra, he yelled at Snape and Lupin, pointing his womb. Oh, now am I reading 18 chapters of this? This is fine. 18 chapters! We can legally drink now! Woo! Wait, well, not in America, but in places that aren't America! Yeah! Wait, isn't the drinking age in Canada 20? I don't even know. In Europe! Do they even have drinking laws in Europe? Legal adults! Anyway. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times, and they both started screaming and the camera broke. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in. Ebony, it's been revealed that someone has... No! He shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and then waved his wand, and suddenly, Hagrid ran outside in his broom and said, Everyone, we need to talk. What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student. He's not. Well, except it's spelled wrong. Maybe Hagrid is a new character. I may be a Hogwarts student, Hagrid paused angrily, but I am also a Satanist. This cannot be, Snap said in a crisp voice as blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wand had shot him. There must be other factors. You don't have any! I yelled at him madly. Lupin held up the camera triumphantly. The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there. I felt faint, more than I normally do, like how it feels when you do not drink enough blood. Relatable. Why are you doing this? Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak? I think it's supposed to be cloak. And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked and happy or to bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. Because, Hagrid said and paused in the air dramatic to help. Waving his wand in the air, then swooped he in singing to the tune of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. Can someone please link me to a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent? I'm asking you passionately. Because you're gothic? Snap asked in a little afraid voice because he was a friend and it meant he was connected with Satan. Because I love her. I don't know what was just established. I really have no idea what we just figured out. Chapter 12. Author's note, stop flying. Okay. Hagrid is a pedo too. A lot of people in American schools are like that. I wanted to address the issue. I don't understand. I don't understand. How do you know Snap ain't Christian? Plus, Hagrid isn't really in love with Ebony. That was Cedric, okay? That was Cedric, okay? What? What? Alright, moving right along. I was about to slit my wrists again when the silver knife that Drago had given me, hey, Mother 3, Drago, hey, had given me in case anything happened to him. He had told me to use it valiantly against anybody, but I knew that we both must go together. No, I thought it was Hagrid, but it was Vampire, he started to scream. OMFG, no, my scar hurts. And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. What? I'm losing track of everything that's happening. I stopped. How did you know? I saw it, and my scar turned back into the lightning bolt. No, I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diabolo changed it into a pentagram for me. Help. And I always cover it up with foundation, he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt, and it turned back into the lightning bolt. Save me. Then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him bondage. I thought he's dead. I thought Draco was dead. Is Draco not dead? Okay. Anyway, I was in the school nurse's office now recovering from my slit wrists. Snap and Lupin and Hagrid were there too. They were going to St. Mango's after they recovered because they were pedophiles and you can't have those fucking pervs teaching in a school with lots of hot girls. Yeah, you know. Dumbledore had constipated the video camera they took of me naked. What? I put up my middle finger at them. Anyway, Hagrid came into the school hospital head holding a bouquet of pink roses. Ennaby, I need to tell you something, he said in a V-serious voice, giving me the roses. Fuck off, I told him. You know I fucking hate the color pink anyway, and I don't like fucked up preps like you. Get it! Get it! I snapped. Hagrid had been mean to me before being gothic. We just established this now, just lore drop. No, Ennaby, Hagrid says, those are not roses. Plot twist! What, are they goths too, you poser prep? I asked because I was angry that he had brought me pink roses. I saved your life, he yelled angrily. No, you didn't, I replied. Yeah, like this. You saved me from getting a Paris Hilton pedash video made from your shower scene and being viewed by Snap and Lupin. Who masturbated? See, is that spelled wrong? Yes. 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 To it, he added silently. Whatever, I yelled angrily. He pointed his wand at the pink roses. Those aren't roses. And he suddenly looked at them with an evil look in his eye and muttered, well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say. That's not a spell, that's an MCR song, I corrected him wisely. What the fuck is going on? I know, I was just warming up my vocal cords. Then he screamed, Petulus Marengo mi Kremli Ramasio. For all you cool gothic MCR fans out there, that is a tribute. Especially for Raven, I love you, girl. Imo noto okayo. And then the roses turned into a huge black flame floating in the middle of the air, and it was black, and then I knew now he wasn't a prep. Okay, I believe you, now what the fuck is Draco? Hairgrid rolled his eyes. I looked into the balls of flame, but I could see nothing. You see, Anabi, Dumbledore said, watching the two of us watching the flame, to see what is in de flims. Haha, you reviewers flames, get it? No, I don't understand anything. You must find yourself first, okay? I found myself okay, you mean old man, Hagrid yelled. Dumbledore looked shocked. I guess he didn't have a headache, or else he would have said something back. Hagrid stormed off to the back into his bed. You are a liar, Prof. Dumbledore. Anyway, when I got better, I went upstairs and put on black leather mini. Back to the same old, same old. I put on a black leather mini dress that was all ripped on the ends with lace on it. There was some corset stuff on the front. Then I put on black fishnets and black high-heeled boots with pictures of Billy Joe Armstrong on them. Okay. I put on my hair all around me so I looked like Samara from The Ring. You don't know who she is? You're a prep, so fuck off. And then I put on blood red lipstick, black eyeliner, and black lip gloss. You look so kawaii, girl, Bloody Mary said sadly. Fangs, you do too, I said sadly too, but I was still upset. I slit both my wrists feeling totally depressed, and then I sucked all the blood. As one does. I cried again in my bathroom and put on the shades on so Snap and Lupin couldn't spy on me this time. I went to some classes. Vampire was in the hair of magical magic creatures. He looked all depressed because Draco had disappeared and he had used to be in love with Draco. He was sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff. As one does. Hi, he said in a depressed way. Hi, back, I said in a said way. We looked back at each other for some time. Harry had beautiful red gothic eyes, so much like Draco's. Then we jumped on each other and started screwing each other. Stop it now, you horny simpleton, shouted Professor McGoggle, who was watching us and so was everyone else. Vampire, you fucker, I said, slapping him. Stop trying to screw me. You know I love Draco. I shouted and then I ran away angrily. Just then he started to scream, OMFG, no, my scar hurts. And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. No, I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I'm sorry, am I deja vu? I do, but Diabolo changed it to a pentagram for me and I was covered up with foundation, he said back. Anyway, my scar hurt and I had a vision was what happened to Draco. Voldemort has in bondage. I'm sorry, it happened again. Special thanks to Raven, my gothic blood sister. WTF, you're supposed to read this. Hey Raven, do you know where my sweater Chapter 13. Author's note, Raven, thanks for gulping me again. I'm sorry I took your poster of Gerard, but that guy is such a fucking sex bomb. Preps, stop, whatever this is. Vampire ran up the stairs looking for Dumbledore. We were so scared. Dumbledore, Dumbledore, we both yelled. Dumbledore came there. What is it that you want now, you despicable snobs? He asked angrily. Voldemort has Draco, we shouted at the same time. He laughed in an evil voice. No, don't! We need to save Draco, we begged. No, he said meanly. I don't give a darn about what Voldemort does to Draco, not after how much he misbehaved in school, especially with you, Ebony, he said while he frowned looking at me. Besides, I never liked him that much anyway. And then he walked away. Vampire started crying. My Draco, he moaned. Author's note, don't you think gay guys are, like, so hot? Don't you? It's okay, I tried to tell him, but that didn't stop him. He started to cry tears of blood. Then he had a brainstorm. I had an idea, he exclaimed. What? I asked him. You'll see, he said. He took out his wand and did a spell. Then suddenly we were in Voldemort's lair. Who the fuck is Voldemort? We ran in with our wands out just as we heard a croon voice say, Alla Cadavra. It was Voldemort. Chapter 14. Fuck off, preps. Okay, Raven, thanks for helping again. I'm sorry I couldn't update, but I was... I had to go to the hospital because I slipped my wrist. P.S. I'm not updating till you give me 10 God Revowis. Warning. Some of this chapter is extremely scray. Viewer excretion advised. So, take that in. Did I get another chapter request? Okay, I guess I'm reading up to chapter 19. 19. There's nothing to say about 19 years old. As must always be noted, Avada Kedavra is Aramaic for what I see I destroy, which means Allah Kedavra means I destroy God. Yeah! Oh shit, well now Fizzle Dragon redeemed, so I'm reading up to chapter 20. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this enough that you keep... I mean, use up them points. Viewer excretion advised. We ran to where Voldemort was. It turned out Voldemort wasn't there. Instead, the fat guy who killed Cedric was. I don't remember shit about Harry Potter, so I have no idea what she's referring to. Draco was there crying tears of blood. Snaketail was torturing him. Vampire and I ran in front of Snaketail. Rid my sight, you despicable preps! He shouted as we started shooting him with the gun. Then suddenly he looked at me when he fell down with a lovey-dovey look in his eyes. Ebony, I love you, have sex with me. Wait, no, it says... Wait. Ebony, I love you. Will you have sex with me? He said. Indus, he is 16 years old, so he's not a pedophile, okay? Oh, Ace Doggy also claims, so now I have to read up to chapter 21. Before long, you guys are gonna have me read the whole damn fic. We can drink now. Anyway. Huh? I asked. Ennaby, I love you. Will you have sex with me? Asked Snaketail. I started laughing crudely. What the fuck? You torture my BF and then you expect me to fuck you? God, you're so fucked up, you fucking bastard. I said angrily. Then I stamped him in the heart. Blood poured out of it like a fountain. No! He screamed. Then he started screaming and running around. Then he fell down and died. I burst into tears sadly. Snaketail, what art thou doing? Called Voldemort. Then he started coming. Oh god, not again! Not Voldemort! We could hear his high heels clacking to us. Voldemort wears high heels? So we got on our broomsticks and we flew to Hogwarts. We went to my room. Vampire went away. Then I started crying. Wait, what's wrong, honey? Asked Draco, taking off his clothes so we could screw. He had a sex pack. Get it? Because he's so sexy. And he had a really huge you-know-what and everything. I'm sorry, did I miss the part where they saved Draco? She just didn't feel a need to make a point of it. Like, they got him. It's okay. He's saved. It's so unfair, I yielded. Why can't I just be ugly or plain like all the other girls and preps here except for Bloody Mary because she's not ugly or anything? Why would you want to be ugly? I don't like preps anyway. They're such fucking sluts, answered Draco. Yeah, but everyone is in love with me. Like, Snape and Lupin took a video of me naked. Hagrid says he's in love with me. Vampire likes me, and now even Snaketail's in love with me. I just want to be with you, okay, Draco? Why couldn't Satan have made me less beautiful? I shouted angrily. Author's note, don't worry, NOB isn't a snob or anything, but a lot of people have told her she's pretty. I'm good at too many things. Why can't I just be normal? It's a fucking curse, I shouted, and then I ran away. Chapter 15. Stop flaming, okay? But the way you suck from now on, every time someone flams me, I'm gonna slit my wrists. Thanks to Raven for helping. Helping. Whatever this is. Ebony, Ebony, shouted Draco sadly. No, please come back. But I was too mad. Whatever, now you can go and have sex with Vampire, I shouted. I stormed into my room and closed my black door with my blood-red key. It had a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. He looked so sexy in a way that reminded me of Draco and Vampire. You sure about that? I started to cry and weep. I took a razor and started to slit my wrists. Then I drank the blood all depressed. Then I looked at my black GC watch and noticed it was time to go to biology class. I put on a short ripped black cloth dress that said Anarchy on the front and blood red leathers and was all ripped and had a spiky belt. Under that, I put on ripped black fishnets and boots that said Joel all over them with blood red letters. I put on my ebony black hair out. Anyway, I went downstairs feeling all sad and depressed as usual. I did some advanced biology work. I was turning a bloody pentagram into a black guitar. Advanced biology, am I right? Suddenly, the guitar turned to Draco. Enobi, I love you, he shouted sadly. I do not care what those other fucker preps and posers think. You're the most beautiful girl in the world. Before I met you, I used to want to commit suicide all the time. Now I just want to fucking be with you. I fucking love you. Then he started to sing The Chronicles of Life and Death. We can start our song now because we fell in love when Joel was singing it. Right in front of the entire class. Singing voice was so amazing and gothic and sexy, like a cross between Gerard, Joel, Chester, Pierre, and Marilyn Manson. Whatever the fuck that sounds like. Author's note, don't you think those guys are so hot? If you do not know who they are, get the fuck out here. Her. OMFG, I said after he was finished. Some fucking prep stared at us, but I just stuck up my middle fingers, that were covered in black nail polish and entwined with Draco's now, at them. I love you, I said, and then we started to kiss just like Hilary Duff. I fucking hate that bitch. And CMM in a Cinderella story. If you hate her, what? Just move along. We're just moving along. Let's get this done. Then we went away holding hands. Lupin shouted at us, but he stopped because everyone was clapping by how sexy we looked together. Then I saw a poster saying that MCR would have had a concert in Hogsmeade right then. We looked at each other all shocked, and then we went together. You ever just, like, see a poster that's like, concert happening now, and then you go? Chapter 16. Wait. Didn't we already have Chapter 16? Chapter 16. You know what? Set up, okay? Prove to me that you're not preps. Raven, you suck, you fucking bitch. Give me back my fucking tweet. What? You're supposed to read this. Raven, what the fuck, you bitch? You're supposed to do this. By the way, thanks to Brittany56554 for Techen Majapanese. We ran happily to Hogsmeade. Then we saw the stage where GC had played. We ran in happily. MCR was there playing Helena. I was so fucking happy. Gerard looked even sexier than he did in the pictures. Even Draco thought so. I could totally see him getting an erection, but it didn't matter because I knew we were the only true ones for each other. When you're at the MCR concert and you see your man getting a boner, but you just know, and you just look at each other and you're like, I love you. You got a boner looking at Gerard Way. I was wearing a black leather mini dress and a black leather platinum boots. Huh? I think she means platform. With red ripped fishnets. Draco was wearing a black baggy MCR t-shirt and black baggy pants. Anyway, we started moshing to Helena. That seems like it would be... Okay. We Frenched. We ran up to the front of the band to stage dive. Suddenly, Gerard pulled off his mask. So did the others. We gasped. It wasn't them at all. It was Volsamore and the Death Dealers. WTF, Draco, I'm not going to a concert with you, I shouted angrily. Not after what happened to me last time. Even if it's MCR, you know how much I licked them. What? 'Cause you know. He gadgeted uncomfortably, 'cause guys don't like to talk about you-know-what. You sure about that? Yeah, 'cause you know, I yielded in an angry voice. We won't do that again, Draco promised. This time we're going with an escort. OMG, WTF, you're giving me into the mainstream, I asked. So, I guess you're a prep or a Christina or what now? What does that mean? No, he muttered loudly. Are you becoming a prep or what? I shooted angrily. Anabi, I'm not. Please come with me. He fell down to his knees and started singing The World is Black by GC to me. I was flattened because that's not even a single. He had memorized the lyrics just for me. Okay, then I guess I'll have to, I said, and then we Frenched for a while and went up to my room. Bloody Mary was standing there. Hajime mashite, girl. Ah! She speaks Japanese, so do I. That means how do you do in Japanese. By the way, Willow, that fucking poser got expelled. She failed all her classes and she skipped math. Author's note, Raven, you fucking suck, fuck you. Fucking serves that bitch right, I laughed angrily. Well, anyway, we were feeling all depressed. We watched some gothic movies like Das Nightmare Before Xmas. Maybe Willow will die too, I said. Kawaii. Same. Bloody Mare shook her head energetically. Okay. Oh yeah, have a confession. After she got expelled, I murdered her. I have a confession. The whole thing about her getting expelled, I also murdered her, so oops. And then Lupin did it with her because he's a necrophiliac. Kawaii, I commented happily. We talked to each other in silence for the rest of the movie. What? Oh, hey, BTW, I'm going to a concert with Draco tonight in Hogsmeade with MCR, I said. I need to wear, like, the hottest hot set outfit ever. Bloody Mary nodded and her... What is even going on here? OMFG, totally, let's go shopping. In Hot Topic, right? I asked, already getting out my special Hot Topic loyalty card. No, my head snapped up. What? My head's spewing. I could not believe it. Bloody Mary, you a prep? No, no, she laughed. I found some cool gothic store near Hogwarts, that's all. Who told you about them? I asked her it would be Draco or Diabolo or a vampire. Don't even say that name to me, or me. Dumbledore, she said. Let me just call our Brahms. OMFG, Dumbledore? I asked quietly. Yeah, I saw the map for Hogsmeade on his desk, she told me. Come on, let's go. We were going in a few punk goth stores, specially for the concert in Hogsmeade. The salesperson was, OMG, hotter than Gerard, except not, because that's impossible. And he gave me a few dresses. We only have these for the real goths. God, I would... The goal of my life is to be in a store and for someone to hand me a dress like, we saved these only for the real goths? The real goths? Me and Bloody Mary asked. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many posers there are in this town, man. Yesterday, Lupin and Snap tried to buy a gothic camera pouch. What is a gothic camera pouch even? I'll make a mental note to Google that. Wait, actually, I'm going to do it right now. Gothic camera pouch. Let's see what comes up on Google. I mean, okay. I like this one. It's got a Santa hat on it. Very gothic. Alright, moving right along. He shook his head. I didn't even know they had a camera. OMFG, no, they're gonna spy on me again, I cried, running out of the changing room wearing a long black dress with lots of red tulle coming out on a very low cut with a huge slit. Oh my Satan, you have to buy that outfit, the salesperson said. Yeah, it looks totally hot, said Bloody Mary. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you free because you look really hot in that outfit. Hey, are you gonna be at the concert tonight? He asked. Yeah, I am actually. I looked back at him. Hey, BTW, my name's Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven. I'm sorry. Ebony Darkness Dementia Tearaway. What's yours? Tom Ridd, he said and ran a hand through his black dyed hair. Maybe I'll see you there tonight. Yeah, I don't think so, because I'm going there with my BF Draco, you sick perv. I yelled angrily, but before he could beg me to go with him, Hagrid flew in his black broom looking worried. OMG, M. Bundy, you need to get back into the castle now. Chapter 17. Author's note, I said stop flaming Strio? If you're a prep, then do not read it. If you can tell whether you're a prep or not by my quiz that's on my homepage. If you're not, then you rock. If you are, then fuck oof. PZ Willow isn't really a prep. Raven, please do this. I promise I'll give you back your poster. Tom Riddle gave us some clothes and stuff for free. He said he would help us with makeup if he wanted, because he was really into fashion stuff. He's bisexual. Hagrid kept shooting us to come back to Hogwarts. WTF, Hagrid, I shouted angrily. Fuck off, you fishhawking bastard! Well, anyway, Willow came. Hagrid went away angrily. Hey, bitch, you look kawaii, she said. Yeah, but not kawaii as you, I answered sadly, because Willow's really pretty and everything. She's supposed to be dead. She was really pretty and everything. She was wearing a short black corset thingy with blood red lace on it and a black blood red miniskirt, leather fishnets, and black pointy boots that showed off how pale she was. She had a really nice body with big bobs and everything. She was thin enough to be anorexic. That's, So are you going to the concert with Draco, she asked? Yeah, I said happily. I'm going with Diabolo, she answered happily. Well, anyway, Draco and Diabolo came. They need to stop it. Like, this is... Oh, Gentle Ralts redeemed another page. Fuck. Aren't I on 20? I'm just gonna read... I'm gonna read to the end of this part here that we're at, and then I'm gonna end the stream. Okay? I can't do more than this. Ahem. Diabolo was wearing a black t-shirt that said... Oh, wait, hold on. They were both looking extremely hot and sexy, and you could tell you thought we were ought to. Diabolo was wearing a black t-shirt that said 666 on it. He was wearing tons off makeup just like Marilyn Manson. Draco was wearing black leather pants, a gothic black GC t-shirt, and black Vans he got from Da Warp Tower. Bloody March was going to the concert with Dracola. Dracola used to be called Navel, but it tuned out that he was kidnapped at birth and his real family were vampires. I guess they have that in common. They died in a car crash. Navel converted to Satanism and he went goth. He was in Slytherin now. He was wearing a black warped t-shirt, black jeans, and shoes with black hair with red streaks in it. We call him Dracula now. I mean Dracula. Holy shit. Well, anyway, we all went to Draco's black mercy bins. Get it? Because we're thick. And that his dad Lucian gave him. We did pot, coke, and crack. Draco and I made out. We made fun of those stupid fucking preps. We soon got there. I gap said. Gerard was the sexiest guy ever. He looked even sexier than he did in pics. He had long raven black hair and piercing blue eyes. He was really skinny and had an amazing ethnic voice. We moshed to... Gerard Way is not skinny, and I don't think he's ever been skinny, in my memory. I'm sorry, Mika, your brain library has been corrupted by reading this. You'll never recover. It is what it is. Can't even say Dracula anymore. Ahem. We moshed to Helena and some otter songs. Suddenly, Gerard pulled off his mask. Again. So did the other members, I guess. It wasn't Gerard at all. It was an ugly, preppy man with no nose and red eyes. Everyone ran away but me and Draco. Draco and I came. It was Voldemort and the Death Dealers. Again. You moronic idiots, he shouted angstily. Ennaby, I told you to kill vampire. Thou have failed, and now I shall kill thou and Draco. No, please, we begged sadly, but he took out his knife. Suddenly, a gothic old man flew in on his broomstick. He had long black hair and a long black bread. He was wearing a black robe that said Avril Lavigne on the back. He shouted a spell and Voldemort ran away. It was... Dumbledore! Is this supposed to be like a time loop? No, I think this is 2 separate occasions where the same shit happened. That's how I interpret it. Chapter 18. I said stop flaming. If you do, then you're a fucking prep. Thanks to Raven for helping me and stuff. You rock, and you're not a prep. Thanks for my suitor. Peace, the odor Isen Dumbledore swore is cause he trying to be gothic, so dare. I'm not even gonna try to correct any of that. I woke up the next day in my coffin. I walked out of it and put on some black eyeliner, black eyeshadow, black blood bed lipstick, and a black, really low-cut leather dress that was all ripped and in stripes so you could see my belly. I was wearing a skull belly ring with a black and red diamonds inside it. The night before, Draco and I went back to the skull. Get it, skull, cause gothic and I like death. Dumbledore chased Voldemort away. Voldemort. We flew there in our brooms. Mine was black and the broom stuff was blood red. The broom stuff. There was lace all over it. Draco had a black MCR broom. We went back to our rooms and we had you-know-what to a Linkin Park song. Which song was it? Which song was it? It's important to know which fucking song it was. Well, anyway, I went down to the Great Hall. All the walls were painted black, and the tables were black too. But you would see that there was pink pant underneath the black pant. And there were pastors of poser bands everywhere, like Ashley Simpson and the Backstreet Boys. Yeah, remember when the Backstreet Boys tried to be goth? Psh, that was too much, man. WTF, I shouted, going to sit next to Bloody Mary and Willow. Bloody Mary was wearing a black leather mini with a good Charlotte t-shirt, black fishnets, and black pointy boots. Willow was wearing a long gothic black dress with blood red lighting that was all lacy and came up to your thighs, and black boots and fishnets. Vampire Dracula and Draco came. Damn it, not again. We started to talk about who was sexier, Mikey or Gerard Way or Billy Joel Armstrong. The boys joined in because they were bi. Those guys are so fucking hot, Navel was saying, as suddenly a gothic old man with a black beard and everything came. God, it's a fucking mess in here. He was the same one who chased away Voldemort yesterday. He had normal tan skin, but he was wearing white foundation. He had dyed in his hair black. Dumbledore? We all gasped. WTF, I shouted angrily. I thought he was just wearing that to scare Voldemort. Hello, everyone, he said happily. As you can see, I gave the room a makeover. What do you think about it? Everyone from the poser table in Gryffindor started to cheer, while we Goths just looked at each other all disgusted and shook our heads. We couldn't believe what a poser he was. B2W, you can call me Albert. He called as we left to our classes. What a fucking poser, Draco shouted angrily as we went to transformation. We were holding hands. Vampire looked really jealous. I could see him crying blood in a gothic way. Get it? Way like Gerard? Please, I need to insert that into my vocabulary permanently. Anytime I use the word way, I'm just gonna say, get it? Way like Gerard? But I didn't say anything. I bet he's having a midlife crisis, Willow shouted. I was so fucking angry. This one also has a title. Chapter 19, I'm not okay, I promise. I'm not okay. Same. Me. Author's note, please stop flaming the story. If you do, then you're fucking prep and jealous, okay? From Nok Un I'm gong to Del your men revows. Butuel ovinid you poor blood so dare. Fangs to Raven from the help. I don't know what any of that meant. If Slytherin is goths, Gryffindor is posers, and Hufflepuff is victims, does that mean the posers are Ravenclaw? I would think Ravenclaw would be like the punks or something. Like, they don't get mentioned because it's like goths are like, yeah, we're okay with you. You're alternative. Oh, preps? Would Ravenclaw be the preps? Oh god, my brain is corrupted too. I think Ravenclaw is like punks or like scene kids or something, so the goths are just like, you're alternative, it's fine. All day we say angrily thinking about Dumbledore. We were so fucking pissed off. Well, I had one thing to look forward to. The MCR concert, again. It had been postponed, so we could all go. Excuse me. Anyway, I went to the common room sadly to cut classes. Draco was being all secretive. I asked what it was, and he got mad at me and started crying all hot and angsty. Insensitive bi guy's so hot. Yeah. No one fucking understands me, he shouted angrily as his black hair went his big blue eyes like Billy Joe in Boulevard of Bork and Drems. Same. He was wearing black baggy pants, a black MCR t-shirt, and black dye. Get it instead of tie, because I'm gothic? I get it! I was wearing a black leather low-cut top with chains all over it, like a black leather mini, black high-held boots, and a cross belly thing. My hair was all up in messy, really high bun like Amy Lee and Gung under. Email me if you want to see the pic. I wish. I honestly wish I could email you and get the pic. Excuse me? What about me? I growled. But boy, what? He grunted. You fucking bastard, I moaned. No, wait, it's not what it fucking looks like, he shouted. But it was too late. I knew what I heard. I ran to the bathroom angrily crying. Draco banged on the door. I whipped and wept as my bloody eyeliner streamed down my cheeks and made cool tears down my feces. No! No! Like Benji in the video for girls and boys. Raven, that is so our video. I took out a cigarette and started to smoke pot. I want this tattooed to me. I might get this tattooed to, like, my foot. I took out a cigarette and started to smoke pot. Suddenly Hargrid came. Oh my god. He had appeared. You gave me a fucking shock, I shouted angrily, dropping my pot. What the fuck you think you're doing in the girls' room? Only it wasn't just Hargrid. Someone else was with him too. For a second I wanted to be Tom Ridd or maybe Draco, but it was Dumbledore. Hey, I need to ask you a question, he said, pulling out his wannabe gothic purse. What are you wearing to the concert? You know who MCR are? I gasped. No, I just saw there was a concert that a lot of gossip punks were going to, he said. Anyway, Draco has a surprise for you. I think this solidifies my theory that Ravenclaw is the punks. Chapter 20. Author's note. I said I do not occur what you think, God, Jesus, Lord, and hell. Hallowed be thy name. Thanks to Raven for the help. Oh yeah, BTW, I'll be on vacation in Transylvania for the next 3 days, so do not expect updates. All day I wondered what the surprise was. Meanwhile, I put on a black letter mini, a black corset with purple lace stuff all over it, and black gothic compact boots. MCR were going to do the concert again, since Voldemort had taken over the last one. I slit my wrist while I moshed to MCR in my bedroom all night, feeling excited. Suddenly someone knocked on the door while I was trying on some black clothes and moshing to fang you for the venom. I got all mad and turned it off, but sacredly, I hopped inside it was Draco so we could do it again. What the hell are you doing? I shouted angrily. It was Lupin! Are you gonna come me or what? I yelled. I was allowed to say dat because Dumbledore has told us to be careful around him and snapped since he was a pedo. No, actually, get it, hell? Get it, hell? So who was preps? The preps are The preps are Gryffindor, because they're posers. They're all preps, but they're pretending to be goth. For the clout. Can I please borrow some condoms? He growled angrily. Yes, you can fuck your 6-year-old girlfriend, huh? I shouted sarcastically. Fucker, he said, gong away. Well, anyway, I put on some black eyeshadow, black eyeliner, and black lipstick and white foundation, and then I went. Then I gasped. Snape and Lupin were in the middle of the empty hall doing it, and Dobby was watching. Yes! 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 Oh my god, you ludicrous idiot. They both shooted angrily and they saw me. Dobby ran away crying. Oh my god. They got up though. Normally I would have been turned on. I love seeing guys do it. But both of them were fucking preps. By the way, Snake is mobbed to Gryffindor now. WTF, is that why you wanted condoms? I asked sadistically. See, I spelled that. Dobby pussy and doll indulgence. Stop! Stop! I can't think about that right now or I won't be able to stop laughing. Ahem. Only you wouldn't give him to me, Lumpkin shouted angrily. Well, you should have told me, I replied. You dimwit. Snake began to shoot angrily, and then I took out my black camera and took a pic of them. You could see that they were naked and everything. Well, excuse me, they both shouted angrily. What was that all about? It was to blackmail you, I snarked. So now next time you see me doing it with my boyfriend, you can't fucking rat me out or I'll show this to Dumbledore, so fuck off, you bastards. I started to run. They chased me, but I threw my wound at them and they tripped over it. Okay? Well, anyway, I went outside and there was Vampire looking extremely fucking hot. What the fuck? Where'd Draco? I asked him. Oh, he's being a fucking bastard. He told me he wouldn't come. For once in this fanfic, he wouldn't do it. Vampire said, shaking his head. You want to come with me? To the concert? Then he showed me his flying car. I gasped. It was a black car. He said his dog father, Sirius Black, had given it to him. The license plate on the front said MCR 666 on it. The one on the back said NOB on it. I gasped. Again. We flew to the concert hall. MCR were there playing. Vampire and I began to make out, moshing to the music. I gasped looking at the band. I almost had an orgasm. Gerard was so fucking hot. He began to sing Helena, like every single time we have this plot. And his sex of beautiful voice began to fill the hall. And then I heard some crying. I turned and saw Draco crying in a corner. Oh, the drama! Chapter 21. Author's note, fuck you, okay? You fucking suck. It's not my fault if it's spelled wrong, okay? Cause that bitch Reverend, if fuck you preps, whoops, sells fragrant things for the help. By the way, Transylvania rocks Harad. I even got to go to the castle where Dracula was filmed. Just take that all in, I guess. Take it in. Later, we went in the skull. Draco was crying in the common room. Draco, are you okay? I asked in a gothic voice. No, I'm not, you fucking bitch, he shouted angrily. He started to run out of the pace in a suicidal way. I started to cry because I was afraid he would commit suicide. It's okay, NOB, said Vampire comfortably. I'll make him feel better. You mean you'll go fuck him, won't you? I shouted angrily. Then I had to get to Draco. Vampire came too. Draco, please come. Bleh. He began to cry. Tears of blood came down his pale face. I was so turned on because I love sensitive bi guys. If you're a homophobe, then fuck off. Finally a good message out of this fanfic. Oh, I have to sneeze. And then we heard some footsteps. Vampire got his black invincibility coke. We both got under it. We saw the janitor, Mr. Norris, there, shouting angrily with a flashlight in his hand. Who's there? He shouted angrily. We saw Filth come. He went under the invisibility cloak and he started to meow loudly. Is anyone there? Yelled Mr. Norris. No, fuck you, you preppy little poser son of a fucking bitch, Vampire said under his breath in a disgusted way. Excuse me, who said that? Yelled Mr. Norris. Then he heard Filch meow. Filth, is there anyone under the cloak? He asked. How could he see the invisible cloak? Filth nodded, and then Vampire Frenched me. He did it just as Mr. Norris was taking off the cloak. What the? He yelled, but then it was too late because we were running away from him, and then we saw Draco crying and busting into tears and slitting his wrists outside the school. All at once? All at the same time? Draco, I cried, are you okay? I guess, though, Draco weeped. We went back to our coffins fronting each other. You and Draco or you and Vampire? Draco and I decided to watch Lake Placid. See, isn't that depressing? On the gothic red bed together. As I was about to put in the video, my eyes rolled up and suddenly I had a vision of something that was happening now. There was a knock on the door, and Fug and Mystery of the Magic and walked into the school. Thank God this is almost over. Chapter 22. Shut the fuck up, Prep. Stop flaming me, okay? If you do not like it, fuck, I know it's Mr. Norris's Raven's fault, okay? You suck. No, just kidding, Raven. You fucking rock. Prep suck. All day, everyone talked about the misery of magic. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. I was in my coffin, so I opened the door. I was wearing black lacy leather pajamas. Then I gasped. Standing in front of me were Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diabolo, Draco, Dracula, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight leather black top with pictures of bloody roses all over it. Under that, she wore a black poofy skirt with lace on and black gothic boots that was attached to the top. Vampire was wearing a baggy Simple Plan t-shirt and baggy black pants and Vans. Draco was wearing a black MCR t-shirt and black jeans and a leather jacket. He looked just like Gerard Way, and almost as fucking sexy. Vampire looked like Joel Madden. Bloody Mary was wearing a tight poofy gothic dress. Didn't we already talk about this? That was ripped so it showed off her cleavage with a white apron that said bitch and other words and MCR lyrics on it, kind of like the one dress I'd seen Amy Lee wear once. Darkness, who is Jenny, was there too. Who? She was wearing a ripped gothic dress with ripped stuff all over and a lace-up ripped black pointy boots. So were Crab and Goyle. Who? It turns out that Darkness Diablo, Crab and Goyle's dad was a vampire. He committed suicide by slitting his wrist with a razor. He had and stuff before too. They all got so depressed that they became gothic and converted to Stanism. Stanism! OMFG, I yielded as I jumped up. Why the fuck are you all here? Enemy, something is really fucked up, Draco said. Okay, but I need to put my fucking clothes on first, I shouted angrily. It's alright, we have to go now, and you look kawaii anyway. You're so fucking beautiful, Draco said in a sexy voice. Alright, I said, smiling. You have to tell me why you're being all erective. Wink. Isn't Stanism what the K-pop kids are into? Ha-ha! I will, he said. So I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow and white foundation. Then I came. Bam! Again. We all went outside the Great Hall and looked from a window. A fucking prep called Brittany from Gryffindor was standing next to us. She was wearing a pink mini and a Hilary Duff t-shirt, so we put up our middle fingers at her. Inside the Great Hall, we could see Dumbledore. Cornelia Fudge was there shouting at Dumbledore. Doris Rumbridge was there too. This cannot be, she shouted angrily. The school must be closed. The Bark Lord is planning to kill the students, yelled Cornelia Fudge. You are not fit to be the principal any longer, yelled Rumbridge. You are too old, and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You must retry, or Voldemort will kill your students. Very well, Dumbledore said angrily. But we cannot do this. We can't close the school. There's only one person who's capable of killing Voldemort, and she is in the school. And her name is... Enony Darkness Dementia Raven Way. Draco, Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Whitney, Whitney? Who is Whitney? Draco, Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Willow, Vampire, and Bloody Mary looked at each other. I gasped. And that's it for today, kids. That's more than enough. I did it, okay? You redeemed all those channel points. I fucking read My Immortal chapters 1 through 22. I'm pretty sure the remaining chapters after this is like the author got hacked or something and people wrote like troll chapters. So that might as well be the end anyway. So, thanks for coming to my stream. I plan to stream again tomorrow, I hope. I'm trying to stream a lot more. So please remember to join my Discord. It's in the link below. And you can also follow me on Twitter. As you can see on the screen, it's right there in the bottom left corner. Follow Games for Painted Twitter. Do the things. Follow me. Get the updates. Come to my streams. I love you. Goodbye.